Hello everybody, this is Diane. I am working on a couple of really fun journals. They are cookbook and household type of journals, and I will show you the books that I'm using. This one is the Butterick book of recipes and household helps. And I didn't realize that Butterick was associated with the Delineator magazine, which I had some very, very old Delineator magazines that I got from Jeannie at Happily Ella After. So according to some of the text that was in this book, they must have been related or same company or something. But anyway, I thought it was interesting. I love the pattern on this. It is dirty, and I have tried to clean that and I can't, so it's a stain. But that's what happens with vintage books. But the condition of it is quite good. The corners are a little bit worn, but you can maybe see there's dirt on the back of it. But isn't that a cool pattern? So I did want to add some decoration to it, and I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do, but I was considering this for some color, and this lady who seems pretty pleased with whatever it is she's concocting. She's got a spoon in her hand. So maybe, I don't know. I haven't decided. And the other cover is this one, Foods and Homemaking. And this one is older. This one's from, the Butterick one is from the 30s, I think, or 40s. And this one's from the 20s or 30s. So I'll probably have to put book corners on that. And it's quite plain, but it's got the old fabric cover. So it's pretty cool, and I of course will add something to the front, and I was thinking of maybe one of these ladies, and I'll talk about them in a minute. So I am using several digitals, or a couple anyway, and lots of vintage stuff. These are from KB and Friends. Vintage, retro, and whimsical designs, and they were just put out in 2020. I purchased them a while ago, and I already had some cut out, and I already had a whole set cut out, and I had made tags with the smaller figures. You get the figures in two sizes, and I think there's 6 different figures. There's 5 sheets, and I only reprinted 4 of them this time. But I took the smaller sizes and just cut some vintage recipes out of cookbooks and put them together on cardstock and made tags. So I did use some tags in the journal that I've been working on, and I used up all 6 of the ladies, I think, in that one journal, so I had to print more, and I liked using the words too. I'm also using June's Kitchen, and I'm going to have to look to see whose digital kit that is. And when I'm done with these, I don't know if I'm going to go right into doing these or if I'll wait and do something different, but I have these cookbooks that I wanted to use too. The Lily Wallace New American Cookbook and the Culinary Arts Institute Encyclopedic Cookbook, because I love that pink spine. I wonder if it was originally red. I don't think so. No, because there's a clear delineation between the pink and the red here. And I want to keep the spine. So that's a possibility for the next books. What I'm doing today is, let me put these pieces away so I don't lose them. I've been working on this one. I have all the pages cut for this one, but they're not even put in order yet. The scrapbook paper I'm using is mostly from Stampin' Up. It's an old Stampin' Up set, and I don't know the name of it, but I liked it. Sorry, I liked it so much that I bought maybe 3 sets of it, and I've just about used it all up now in doing these journals. And so there's Stampin' Up, and that's double-sided, and this is from Raspberry Road Designs, and it's a 12 by 12, and my printer doesn't print 12 by 12. So when I just print it on an 8.5 by 11, it shrinks it down to more of a, almost an 8 by 8, so it's like a TN size. So Raspberry Road Designs, I like, and they're very inexpensive. I like their digitals, and I have a few, but I use them to make Traveler's Notebook. But I put these pages in this journal because the scrapbook papers are bigger, and these are just smaller pages, and that's fine. So that's the digital paper that I used in these. And what else? This page on the front of this one is Measure, Mix, and Stir from Paper Inspirations, I think, Hobby Lobby. But I think all the other scrapbook papers are Stampin' Up! So I have the first signature. I think this is the first signature. I have this one pretty much done. So we're going to work on these two. And I've done a lot of the work on these. But I have some pieces here that are all ready for me to incorporate into these two signatures. So I'm going to put this where I can see it and follow along. And I'll just work on one signature at a time, I guess. Or maybe we'll do both. I don't know. So I've already sewn some trim on the front. These little recipe cards came from a book that I got at a thrift store. And of course these are the KB and Friends ladies. Yes, I did use all 6 because I'm putting 2 in each signature. So here I have stamped, and this is from an old magazine. So on the inside of each signature cover, I put a salad. So there was, I think it was a magazine. No, maybe it was a recipe book. It was an old cookbook. And it was a salad section. And they had the most interesting looking salads. Nothing I would want to eat, but pretty in color, wouldn't you say? There's grapes in there, and I don't know what the yellow is. But it's really pretty, and looks like it's got roses around it. This is a jello, and there's a dip or something inside. It's very pretty. And this one is called Salad Sandwich. Tart grapefruit sections in lemon gelatin make top and bottom layers. So there's more of that yellow on the bottom, must be. Cream cheese with crunch of walnuts is the filling. So that's what that is. And these shiny grapefruit cheese squares. That does not sound good. So we already have this done in all 3 signatures. And I need to put a card in there. For this one, I made a double pocket because this was quite short, so I just added another piece behind it, and I put a handwritten recipe in there. So I'm going to get something to put in that pocket. Here's another handwritten recipe, and it's written on a scrap of paper. The meeting will consist of a campaign update, etc. But it's macaroni casserole, macaroni and tuna fish casserole. Okay. Then we have a fabric ruffle. So on this page I have something I need to do. I just put these little sacks, and then these are printables. It might be from KB and Friends, but I'm not sure now. Maybe from June's Kitchen, so I don't know. But tucked behind it, I took a page from a very old book of household hints. It's called Your Household Guide. And I just took one page and folded it up and tucked it behind that sack so that you will get 3 of those. What did this come out of? I took this out of something. I bet I took it out of there. Yep, I did. Alright, so now I need to decorate the tag that's going to go in that sack. So I have the tag that fits. And I just need to ink it. So I should have been working on my little golden book journal. Remember the one I was going to make for myself with the Child's Garden of Verses book? But I lost it. I have no idea where it is. I set it aside to get it out of my way while I was finishing up the others. I have one signature, and the cover, which I already put the cover together with the spine and the fabric and end papers and all that. It's all done. The cover and 2 signatures are missing. I can't find them anywhere. It's ridiculous. I get so mad at myself. I'm just going to try this ribbon, this lace through the hole. So I set aside in a basket, I know exactly where it is, the one signature that I have, and all of the pages and ephemera, and because I made ephemera for it and everything. I set aside everything that goes to that journal in that basket, and eventually when I open something and say, oh, how did that get in there, and I find it, then I'll know where to get all the rest of it so I can finish. This is from an old magazine, and it was on this sheet, this page of all this Revereware. So I thought they were perfect for junk journals, to cut them out in squares, but in this case I'm cutting out the pieces themselves to glue onto the tag. So I know on Saturday I did my weekend collage, and I think it was that day, before I did the collage, I showed, or I don't think it was that video, but a video I did, and I showed Mod Podged pieces or ephemera pieces that I was making for that journal, and I did the video on Saturday, and I actually had the journal. I said, this is the cover, this is some of these pieces are going to go in this journal, and I showed that cover on the video. And then I don't know what happened to it after that. I took my trash out Monday night. Today's Wednesday, so it's been missing for days. Took my trash out Monday night, but I was looking for that before I took the trash out, so I made sure that that wasn't in my trash. So it's got to be here somewhere. It's just baffling and aggravating. I feel like I spend my life looking for stuff. I cleaned up my craft room. Not like 100% clean, but I tidied up and put things away and figured I'd come across that book while I was tidying, but nope. It's elusive. I had Revereware cookware. That was, I think my husband bought it either when we got married or soon after we got married. So that was my new bride cookware. And I just recently got rid of it because it just wasn't, things stuck to it too much. Particularly cooked pudding and gravy, stuff like that, it would just stick to the sides and get black. And I thought, well, I've had this cookware for over 40 years, so I guess I can get something new. But I took my Revereware to the thrift store, Salvation Army. Somebody else wants it. It was really good cookware. I liked it. The copper clad. Wonder if they still make it. So that makes a cute little tag. And that will go in there. And I have another tag here. This little tan ribbon or lace. So I just did the coffee pot. This one is a tea kettle. And I didn't fussy cut these out ahead of time. I've been working all day on these things, and I just wanted to get to the point where I could do a video showing some of the decorating and ephemera making. And there isn't a lot of fussy cutting to do, so I figured it would be okay. I spent the day with my sisters yesterday. Today's Wednesday, the day I'm making this video. And Monday was my one sister's birthday. And we have a favorite restaurant that my family does. From when I was a kid, we didn't eat out very often. McDonald's was rare. We went to A&W sometimes, and that was rare too. But when you have 6 kids, you know, it costs a lot to eat out. Anyway, if we had a dinner out, we went to Elmira, which my dad worked in Elmira. And there was a place called Curly's Chicken House. And we consider it our family restaurant. If we have family events we want to celebrate, like my parents' anniversaries, sometimes we have gone there. Aunt Vivian's birthday, her 80th birthday, we went there. My mom's 75th birthday, we went there. Anyway, it's Curly's Chicken House, and it's still there. And it is still just as delicious as it was when I was a kid. It's fantastic, and it's really not badly priced. That's cute. So, my sister lives, the birthday girl, lives near Elmira. She lives in a suburb of Elmira, I guess, is what you'd call it. So I suggested that we meet at Annette's house, and then we all go together to Curly's for Annette's birthday. So we did that. And we had such a good day. The chicken was fantastic. And, oh, I bought eclairs from a bakery here near me. So I took the eclairs over to Annette's house. So after we had our chicken, we went back to Annette's and sat at her table with big glasses of water and eclairs, and we talked and we laughed, and I have such a good time with those girls. I'm so grateful for my sisters. So Barbara's birthday is next month. So we decided we're going to do that again for her birthday. And my birthday's in August. So we get to go to Curly's in April, May, and August this year. And I was really glad the restaurant was open. Oh, I just tore that bird right off. He's going to lose his tail because it's hanging off the edge. It's a pretty simple tag. I have so much stuff for these journals that I'm keeping things simple, but there's a lot of tucks and pockets and things that will be tucked into the tucks and pockets, so I'm keeping things pretty simple. This is really cool. I just made a simple pocket out of scraps of the scrap paper and one of my stamped labels and some rickrack. And here's one of the tags that I made with one of those digital ladies. But this, I don't know how old it is, but it really made me think of when I was in grade school. So I don't know what I saw when I was in school that these reminded me of. So I got these from Paper Basket probably at least 2 years ago. And I got 2 sets of them. So some of them, and all the sets weren't the same, but I did get duplicates in some. But I love them. The shine on that buttery roll. The ice cream is a little bit wobbly there. On this one it is. This one isn't. So I got 2 ice creams, whipped potatoes, frosted layer cake, meatloaf, carrot sticks. So these must have been for teaching about nutrition. It has ingredients, or not ingredients, nutrients, and the percentage of the recommended dietary allowances and things like that. Calories. Apple pie. So I took some of the tall, thin ones like that and put them in these pockets. This is a narrow book, so these will be used for bigger books. So this one has ice cream in it. I just think they're so cool, and I'm glad I finally broke them out to use them. I've been hoarding them. And this one has a soft drink and a recipe card. And this one has the soft cooked egg, and I did put a piece of sturdy cardstock there because that one was wobbly too. And this one I put some things on the back of it so it could be journaled on. The other one is fine. This came out of a vintage magazine for Betty Crocker frosting mix. The frosting makes the cake. I agree. I think I don't use canned frosting. I make a buttercream frosting, and I think the cake is just something to hold the frosting. Then I did some fabric flips, and those are done. And I just glued some of the KB and Friend printables here for tuck spots. Oh, I didn't want to put it on that page because of the clothesline, so I put it on this. This is from a 1975 Tupperware brochure. I got that at a flea market, and I thought it was so cool, so retro. So both of these images are from KB and Friends. And so is this refrigerator. And this is from Raspberry Road. Maybe June's Kitchen is Raspberry Road. Maybe that's what that is. Then I did some stamping on coffee dyed paper. This is from like a Cohocton Head Start program recipe book. So it was a benefit charity, a fundraiser, that's what it is, 1994, 1995. That's just the table of contents page, and you can journal on that. And there's another of the Raspberry Road pages. And I put a recipe card, a double card in the middle, so that when I'm done sewing it, I will glue the sides shut and it will be a tuck spot. Oh, let's pay attention to this book, because this is the one that shows us what I need to do in this book. Where am I? Okay, there's a fabric flip. That part's done, that part's done. The only thing I did to this is from a 1937 Watkins brochure. And all I did to that was reinforce the folded edge. So far, that's all I've done. Okay, this page I have stuff to do. It's awful hot in here. So I want to put one of these vintage canning labels, or 2 of them, on this. And then I'm going to take, this one has one of the Revereware pots, but I'm going to take one of these. This came from this page. Plastics Time is Easy Living Time, made of Styron, a Dow plastic. I wonder if that was before Tupperware. I'm not sure when Tupperware was invented, but I'm pretty sure this came first. My grandmother had something like this hanging on her wall, but it was metal, not plastic. It's for wax paper, paper towels. So I'm going to cut one of these things out. Little plastic butter dishes. And just a word from a magazine. Speed up your housework. We would all like to do that, wouldn't we? Quite warm today. I hear somebody mowing their lawn. There. That makes a fun page, and there's room for writing. This is one of the Raspberry Road pages, and it's ledger, but it's got some very faint designs. On this one, we're going to have peaches and beans and the canister set. It's hard to see to cut around the white lids against that white page. Okay, so we'll have some canisters, and this word is wonderful. Oh, that's red too. Everything's red. And these words all came out of vintage magazines. I love it when I get to use images that I've cut from my vintage magazines. One of my big jobs I have to do is go through all that stuff and get it organized. I have some of it organized, but I also have piles of things that I've cut from magazines that aren't organized, and I want to get it all done. And I will probably have to put some in my shop because I get overwhelmed. This project was really hard for me to get started on because I have so many recipe things, all kinds of recipe stuff from magazines and old books and handwritten recipes and stuff from flea markets, and plus the digitals and the scrapbook paper. It was like I just didn't know what to do until I narrowed it down. And now I'm having fun with it. So that's a fun page. Okay. What else do I have to do? I made some paper clips with advertising pieces that were in magazines too. And so there's one in each signature with one of these Betty Crocker recipe card library cards. This is the biggest one, I think. They're not all that big. Here's where I'm going to use the other lady in each signature, and I've already prepped these pieces. These are just cut off pieces, and I cut them to the size I wanted, and well, that one's tall. And I edge punched one edge, and I have these ladies ready to go on. I just want to ink the edges a little bit. I was thinking about making it a belly band, but then I decided to just make it a pocket. So this pocket here is all done. Apparently one of the pages, these are pages that these are going on are from, I think, the fundraiser recipe book type of thing. So one of the pages must be wider than the other because I measured these on the pages when I cut them out. KB and Friends is a really fun Etsy store if you like mid-century retro images. She has a lot with children, gorgeous little children. And Christmas, there's a lot of retro Christmas. She just has a lot of fun stuff. I will link her shop below. So I don't want to take away your journaling space here, so I'm going to put her on this side. That must be the right one for that side, or that page. This has this printable card and a recipe card in it. So I will put in a recipe card. And this printable card. I'm not sure where it goes now in the book. The same with here. I don't want to take away the journaling space, so I will put her here. It is a little tall. I'm going to have to cut a little off that cut straight. That's just about right. These Stampin' Up! Papers are so fun. Desserts that please. Eggless spice cake. That's one of the printables from KB and Friends. Now, on some of the Raspberry Road pages, I had to put a upper tuck spot. That's kind of like one of the little kids I was talking about. This is from KB and Friends, I think. Anyway, because when I printed something on the back of my pages, I had it upside down. I don't know how I did that, but there's a car up here, which I didn't care about anyway. I didn't really want a car image. It was just a little car image right there. So it's upside down, so I just put that there, and I like it better anyway. Tuck the handwritten recipe in there. So same thing with this one. So what do I have in this one? Why is this? I feel like I have an extra page. So do I want to just put a tuck spot on this one? That has a pretty design there, so maybe I'll just put a bottom tuck spot and not cover up that pretty. It's just polka dots, but I like it. And the flowers there I like. This says she is making a cake. Let's just put that there. But it is upside down because the top of the ledger sheet is here, but you barely notice that. And a handwritten recipe card for apple strudel. Am I confusing you by going from one signature to another? Sometimes I confuse myself doing that. On this page, I just glued down a couple images from an old magazine, just because it's fun. I don't know if I want to do that on every page, on every signature, because it takes away from some journaling space. But there is a lot of journaling space because there's so many tuck spots. So these fun images are from Raspberry Road, I think. June's Kitchen. I'm pretty sure that's where the June's Kitchen came from. But I'll put that in the description box. And there is a whole file of tons of images like that. So I just printed out the ones that, and I did them, they're individual, so I had to make it so that I could print 4 to a page. And so I got images like these. So, and there's more that I didn't print, lots more. No, I have these I needed to do something with. Where are they supposed to go? I have them in one of these books. It's just a little tuck spot and journal card made out of vintage magazine images. It's in here somewhere. There it is. So, find the paper clip. There's the paper clip, so it will be on this page. This is an almanac. It was that 1937 Watkins magazine catalog. I'm just going to put that there like that. This is a printable. From KB and Friends. And then I'm going to, this is Jello pudding and pie filling box. I would have made a paper clip out of it. I have a bunch of images cut out ready for me to make paper clips. But instead, I just glued this to some paper and made it a little journaling card. So that's what I'll be doing with this. I hope you don't give me a thumbs down for being too confusing in this video. But if you do, oh well. It's okay. I'm going to put it on that side. I think I'm going to have to put together some cookbook journal kits. Maybe without a cover, but I have so much that I would have to pretty much just make cookbook journals and nothing else. So that makes a fun little journaling card there. I want to put one on my Tupperware book because that's just too cool. Let me see if there's another page in this signature that I can put it on. I need to put something in that pocket too. Yeah, there's an extra page in here, I think. I'm going to move this here. And I'm going to put my pocket on this page. And it'll be this way instead of this way because there's room. And this is for cake flour. Yep, it'll fit there. could put another card in there because there's lots of room here. So I will put something else in there. Maybe this little oven mitt. You can write on that. That'll be cute. Okay, so I'm just going to go through, when I turn the camera off, I will go through and see if I want to do anything else to these signatures. But they're pretty much done, I think. I might just want to add something, a little something to them. But then I have to do all of that to this book. And then make the covers. Let me see how wide we got. I was afraid to use so many tuck spots and pockets because I really don't like to make my spines more than 2 inches, but sometimes I have to. I think 2 inches is going to be perfect for that. This is what I do, in case you're wondering. I have this grid. It's pretty dirty, but I wash it. It's just stuff that won't come off. And it's marked out in inches, so I just put my, maybe you can see it better up here. I put my book with all the signatures in it and the covers and line them up so that the covers go straight up and down and not like that. And then I see where the spine, the covers end up, and they are exactly 2 inches apart. So I can put a 2-inch spine on that, and it's gonna be full, that's for sure. And you'll probably want to add more to it, which is why I don't like to give you an alligator mouth, because if you add stuff, then it'll puff out more. So, yeah, I think I'm done, unless I just want to add stamping or just something like gluing images on or something that won't take up space. So that's what I'm doing with these book covers, and I'm going to have fun decorating those covers, making the spines and putting on the fabric and adding whatever decorations I add to make these journals attractive and eye-catching. So I'm not sure what else you will see before they're ready to go in the shop with the final flip through. But I hope you enjoyed this video and weren't too distracted by my going back and forth with things. And I will see you in the next video. Have a creative day today. Bye-bye.